Hey there guys, time for another prediction game video for Hell in a Cell 2014. This time it is for the Tag Team Championship match that's going to take place this Sunday. It is going to be, of course, the Tag Team Champions, Goldust and Stardust, defending their Tag Team titles against the same team they took the titles from, the former champions, the Usos. So, with this being a rematch between the former champions and the new champions, just like with most of those rematches involving, new champions versus the previous champions invoking their rematch clause, the chances and the likelihood of the former champs, in this case the Usos, winning the tag team titles isn't very likely in my opinion. For a few reasons. For one, Goldust and Stardust just recently captured the Cosmic Key, aka the tag team titles, so I don't think they'll be losing it this soon. Especially not to the same tag team they took the titles from. The same tag team that, Stardust and Goldust turned heel in order to face off against to get those tag team titles. When Goldust and Stardust were faces, I didn't see them taking the tag team titles away from the Usos. So I was like, okay, then what might happen is like a heel tag team takes those titles away from the Usos, and then Stardust and Goldust, because I was thinking they were going to remain faces, could then take the tag team titles away from that heel tag team. But of course, they did turn heel, and I think one of the reasons for that was for them to win the tag team titles from the Usos without the Usos losing the tag team titles to another face tag team. And, Stardust and Goldust, they're still a fairly new, I guess, tag team. As far as, the characters are concerned, or at least as far as Stardust is concerned. And with them being new characters, with them recently turning heel, recently winning the tag team titles, which they've been calling the Cosmic Key for the longest, I think, they're going to continue on with this. I think they're going to still hold on to the Cosmic Key. And, the thing with Usos is, when they were tag team champions, they were tag team champions for a while. They were tag team champions for over 200 days. And they defended those tag team titles against pretty much every single tag team in the tag team scene. They beat Ryback and Curtis Axel. They beat the Los Matadores. They beat the Wyatt family. I actually thought the Wyatt family was going to be the tag team to win those tag team titles away from the Usos, because at that time, Goldust and Stardust were still faces. So it looked like the only possibility when it came to tag teams taking the titles away from the Usos were Rowan and Harper, but they lost the rematches, or lost the match they had against the Usos, and the rematch. The Usos also beat, who else? New Age Outlaws, although they're not on the tag team title scene anymore. Who else? I don't know, but pretty much they beat every single tag team. The only tag teams they hadn't beaten were Stardust and Goldust, which of course now are the tag team champions, and Mark Henry and the Big Show. And unless Big Show and Henry were going to turn heel at that time when they were tag team champions, I couldn't see the Usos defending the tag team titles one-on-one against Big Show and Henry. And so what I'm trying to get at here is, if the Usos were to retain, or not retain, but I guess regain their tag team titles here at Hell in a Cell, then, of course, they would have a rematch with Stardust and Goldust, who would invoke their rematch clause. And then, what would the Usos do afterwards? Which other tag team is the Usos going to face or defend the tag team titles against? Because, like I said, they face off against pretty much every single tag team on the scene. And even some of the tag teams they did face off against right now are, out of action. So if they were going to face off against some of the tag teams they've already faced off against, well, Ryback is out of action, so they can't face off against that tag team. Of course, the Real Americans, they're no longer a tag team. And Big Show and Henry at the moment are not really a tag team. Big Show is focused on Rusev one-on-one, and Henry was also focused on Rusev, one-on-one. And right now, the way it looks, it seems like we might see Big Show and Henry split up, or we might see Mark Henry turn heel on the Big Show, attack him, or something like that. So when it comes to seeing Big Show and Henry back as a tag team, challenging for the tag team titles, I don't think that's very likely. So really, if the Usos do win the tag team titles back, they won't have any new opponents. It'll just be, the previous opponents they had, unless of course, new superstars form tag teams or something like that. But yeah, that's really the main reason why I just can't picture the Usos winning back those tag team titles anytime soon. Of course, they could win it back, somewhere down the line, maybe even a couple months later or something like that. But as far as right now, I don't see it really as a strong possibility. If maybe, there were more tag teams, then maybe I could see it taking place. Because then the Usos would have, some opponents to defend those titles against. But, yeah, I see Stardust and Goldust retaining this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. And I'm hoping they hold on to the tag team titles for a good amount of time. I know the Usos held it for a good amount of time. So, we'll see, where the Cosmic Key leads Stardust and Goldust. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, as always, you can click that like button down below. With that said, I'm out. See ya.